So, that was shockingly well done. This is gonna be a spoiler review because you can't really review this movie without going into spoilers. So, and almost everything that I want to say has to do with spoilers. So, the first part of the video will be spoiler-free, don't worry about it. But the second half of the video, or will probably be 2/3 of the video, that's where I'm gonna get into the spoilers, but I'm gonna make sure that I give you guys a warning before I get there. So, spoiler-free part. That was way better than I was expecting it to be. When I checked Rotten Tomatoes before watching the film, I saw that 2/3 of critics liked it, and audiences were very mixed as to whether or not they liked it. Now, I couldn't figure out why audiences were so mixed about it until I saw the ending of the movie and completely understood but completely disagreed. So, without going into spoilers, the movie is basically non-stop tension, and it does a great job of misleading you no matter how much or how little you know going in. For the most part, it's very unpredictable. And all bets are off once you get, 20 minutes into the movie, and the next hour and a half are just non-stop tension. And those tiny little gaps in between tension give suitable drama that help give the characters weight. The suspense was, always there with brisk pacing, but I'm glad it is a shorter movie, since the movie, honestly, probably would have folded into itself if they would have made it 2.5 hours. I really liked it. It's really well acted. The suspense is done well. The script is sharply made. And the directing is really good too. And the effects hold up pretty well too. It has just this leering, uneasy, just disgusting imagery, and the most commendable thing is that it's non-stop tension despite the fact that it doesn't have to rely on cheap jump scares to do it. So it's it's horror done right. It's a modern alien film, which was exactly how I felt about Prometheus. As to which of the two are better, I'm not sure. I loved both of them. They were both amazing. I forget whether or not I did a review on Prometheus after I watched it. I should have, but I might have forgotten to. Prometheus was, fantastic. I loved it. I liked the religious edge it had to it, but we're getting off topic. I don't remember whether or not I did a review on it or not, but I really liked Prometheus. Yeah. So, what else can I say without naming any spoilers for the Life movie? Let me think. Oh yeah, the cinematography was pretty good in it too. There were a couple of really creative shots. There's one scene where you never see Jake Gyllenhaal's face, but you can see his reactions and everything through, the reflection on, the mirror of a space station. That's an early scene of the movie. And yeah, that whole scene was pretty well done. Because, the first 10 minutes are non-stop tension, and then for, 15 minutes, you get properly introduced to the characters in a very Alien-like way. But the movie's pretty different from Alien, I would say. It's just, it's a lot like Free Fire. If you go into Free Fire knowing that's just action for an hour and a half and nothing else, you'll leave it extremely satisfied. That and the script is very witty and funny. So, with this movie, I would say if you go in knowing that's basically just tension and not much else, and know that the ending is going to be pretty divisive based on if you prefer or don't prefer, let's just say, uncliched. Well, the ending's kind of cliched because a lot of horror movies do that, but it's not in the way that you're thinking. So it depends on whether you're allowing yourself to go with the ballsier decisions that the movie decided to make. And speaking of, now we're transitioning into the spoiler review. If you have not seen Life, I would recommend stopping the video, going out and watching it, and then coming back. But you don't have to come back if you don't want to. For those who have already made their decision to watch this, already got the views. Yay! Alright, so at the 5-minute mark, I'm going to start the spoiler review, so click off before then. Alright, so you've seen the movie or you don't care about spoilers. Alright, I'll go into it. So, I was shocked to say the least that they killed off Ryan Reynolds so early into the movie. I knew they wouldn't kill him off during the opening scene, because that would have made everyone mad. But the fact that they just killed him off after that suspenseful first 10 minutes, like 15 minutes later, I genuinely applauded, despite being a little disappointed that we didn't get to see more Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal playing off of each other, because there's so much potential there. And even though we didn't get that, I'm still happy that it decided to go with a twist for its inciting incident, especially after, if you watch the trailers, you expect, like, the guy that gets his arm stuck to die in that scene. And the fact that Ryan Reynolds is third in the cast list makes you think, oh, he's not gonna die in the first... Oh, okay. Also, I was told a lie, which was, I was told that Jake Gyllenhaal died in the first act of the movie, but as you know, that didn't happen. Whether or not it happened in the third act of the movie is arguable, but he's probably dead. Everyone's probably dead, but we'll get back to that later. Yeah, there was a lot of unnerving imagery, like, especially, like, the whole tentacles going everywhere. Yeah, I was surprised that it cranked up the action to non-stop, basically, once you got 20 minutes in. I wasn't expecting much action in it, because when you look at the raid, you're like, oh, some sci-fi violence and terror at the end of the raid, so there's probably only going to be action in the third act of the movie, and that's probably why people don't like it. But for those of you who have seen the movie, you know that the scenes of tension, of people dying at any moment, that comes by, like, at any point in the movie. And yeah, I just really liked it. At the end, when I saw the plan between Jake Gyllenhaal and Rebecca Ferguson, I was like, oh, okay, so it's not that much of a spoiler that Jake Gyllenhaal dies. Alright. So then I went and watched it, and then I was smiling through the ending. I did realize the twist ending once it stopped showing what was inside the shell crashing at Earth. I was like, wait a minute, I see what you're doing here. This is gonna be like Cabin Fever, spoiler alert, where just everyone dies at the end, all of humanity. Like a cabin in the woods type deal. And yep, I was right at that point. But before going into the movie, I thought it was gonna be, okay, so Jake Gyllenhaal is up in the cast list, but Rebecca Ferguson is second. She's probably gonna survive the movie, because she's gonna be like the new Ripley, kind of, and everyone else is gonna die, and it's gonna be that final girl formula. As you know, it isn't like that, as the last we see of Rebecca Ferguson, she's screaming in space. So that's interesting. There were a lot of interesting decisions, but that ending, even though I could see why so many people wouldn't like that, I just appreciated the sad balls the movie had. It reminded me of the ending of Buried, which is another ballsy Ryan Reynolds movie. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's the end of the review. Thank you for watching. And the next review will probably be Hector and the Search for Happiness. I'm probably going to do a stream now for Jackbox, so if you would like to watch that, please tune in. And if you'd like to play along, I would be more than happy to have you. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and hopefully someone will go there. So yeah, see ya, bye!